This is Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. We're in the Inland Empire today, and we are joined by Bill Newberry. He is now the president of the Riverside County School Boards Association. He also serves as the vice president of the Corona-Norco Unified School District. So I'd like to speak with you first about school funding. It can be a little inside baseball or football. We'll talk about football later. But there was a law passed a couple of years ago which says that when California places money in its rainy day fund, school districts then have a cap activated which only allows them to have their rainy day fund hit a certain level. Is that accurate?
That's correct. So back a few years ago, a reserve cap was implemented where once a certain trigger is pulled, which has not happened yet,
right?
But once a trigger is pulled, school districts will then, no matter what size, shape of a school district you are, you're going to need to spend all of your reserves down to a 6% level and cap it at 6%.
But why would you spend down your reserves at the same time that the state of California is building up its reserves?
Well, that is a great question, which is why the California School Boards Association last year in 2016 introduced Senate Bill 799. And with lots of support from both bipartisan sides in the legislature, as well as other educational organizations across the state, have supported this bill to basically say school districts, that 6% is going to cause several issues, several problems within school districts, and are asking now through SB 99 to raise that to 17%.
Yeah, and I think about during the recession, there were school districts that were put on notice that they did not have sufficient reserves.
Yes.
So it seems as if you're preventing school districts from building up reserves, there's the likelihood that they could be put on notice again seems greater, no?
It would absolutely, it would absolutely be greater.
Right.
And the small districts really rely on that reserve.
What about the notion, though, and this is the notion that's been expressed by the California Teachers Association and otherwise, that school districts start to hoard money. And in hoarding money, they use that as a foil to prevent providing teacher raises, capital improvements, student success programs. Is that fair?
So, I mean, in theory, that would be fair. However, when you look at the finances of a school district, typically what you find is that especially smaller school districts that have smaller budgets, which is 90% of the school districts across the state, are small districts. What they need to purchase just something simple as a school bus is $300,000 or $400,000 for one bus.
Okay.
And so to be able to save for the rainy day, as you say, to save for a bus or some major roof repair or roof replacement, those kinds of big, large expenses for small districts, the 6%, if something were to happen, that then allows them to function for just a few days as an organization, not months, but days with that kind of cap. Large districts, it's not hit so hard because 6% of $500 million is a pretty good chunk of change.
So the reality is, we can say a lot of things about various interest groups, but the CTA is very powerful in Sacramento.
Yes.
The CSBA, one would hope, could wield as much power. I'm not sure if they do or could. And so, you have bipartisan support behind just tinkering with the reserve cap law, and we've seen no movement.
So currently it's in committee, and we're hoping that there comes some movement soon.
Right.
And it's certainly something, we just had a legislative day in Sacramento not long ago, and we'll be there again in May, and hope to be able to continue the conversation with the legislators about the need to push this bill forward, Senate bill forward, so we could raise it to 17%.
Now, one could say the great irony behind the reserve cap is that as the reserve cap was being put into place, the governor was touting what's known as the local control funding formula. In other words, more local control and how you fund your schools, except when dealing with reserve caps.
Correct.
But again, I'm a neutral journalist, so I just notice what I see. But let's talk about the local control funding formula, because it really is revolutionary. And when you think about Corona-Norco, actually, I don't have a good sense. Is Corona-Norco a district with a high number of English language learners or economically disadvantaged foster kids? Because if it is, let me just tell our viewers, if it is, you're going to get more money.
Correct.
And I'm not sure if it is.
So to meet the criteria to receive the additional money, we are not.
You are not, okay. So blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Blessing and a curse.
Correct.
Okay, so let's put that aside. Regardless of the fact you may not be getting these bumps, you do have a lot of latitude. Those categoricals are gone. Those dictates from Sacramento are gone. So as part of your local control funding formula, I know that you had the opportunity to meet with stakeholders to create what's known as local control accountability plans, LCAPs. You know, the nerd that I am, I'd love to have been there to see what the parents were saying and the stakeholders were saying at these LCAPs. I'm sure you were there, or at least read the results. What did you hear at the LCAPs?
So I think, you know, the end result is the more, what we're finding is the more engaged the parents become.
Right.
Then the better off the delivery system of public education becomes.
Right.
Because we're finding things from parents out that we never were aware of.
Right.
Or things that where parents are saying stories like, I can't help my child at home with homework because I don't speak English.
Or how about, I can't help my child because I don't know math beyond 5th grade. That would be me speaking.
Yes.
That would be me speaking.
Absolutely.
So,
and so you
I don't mean to make light of those that, you know,
Yes.
are challenged by language barriers, but you know, we all face different challenges.
Absolutely. And so we're finding these scenarios that unravel through these conversations. And it even goes deeper as we meet with business leaders and chambers of commerces and all the different stakeholders in public education, you know, and we always say, and there's the old African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. And so we have done really well, I feel, in Corona-Norco to reach out to our stakeholders and create a great group of people that meet on a regular basis to discuss the LCAP and how best, now that we have the freedom, to now spend the money.
So what do they want you to do? Do they want you to open dual language immersion programs? Do they want you to open more computer labs, create more football fields, which we'll talk about in a second? You know, I'm looking forward to that conversation. What do they want?
So one of the things that has resulted from this is that we are in the process, and we'll be opening very soon, a brand new parent center. And so the parent center is a place where parents can come to learn skills about helping your child with homework, the importance of homework, the importance of attendance every day, and what attendance does to a child's behavior.
Can we talk about football for just a brief second?
Absolutely.
So you have a son. His
Yes.
name is Tyler Slavin.
Yes.
He graduated from what high school in Corona-Norco, or did he go to Corona?
Yes, Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Corona-Norco.
Then he went to the U of A,
Yes.
played some football.
Yes.
What happened a few weeks ago?
So a few weeks ago, he signed with the Seattle Seahawks and as a wide receiver there. So I'm very excited about that.
Very excited.
Yes.
This is I hate to be stereotypical, but this is a father's dream. I mean, your son's a professional football player.
Yes, absolutely. So
How can we? I'm coughing. I can't even take it.
Yeah.
When can we watch him? I mean,
so he reports
soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
soon,
Yeah.
and then they'll be there for a while, and I hope to be able to see him in Seattle and hopefully
the new Ram Stadium.
New Ram Stadium here.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Pop.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. His
Thank
name
you.
is Bill Newberry. He is the proud father of a Seattle Seahawk. He is also the president of the Riverside County School Board Association and vice president, Corona-Norco Unified School District. I'm Brad Pomerance.